From burying a tomahawk in a target and getting the longest laugh in television history,
I didn't even know you were Jewish.
to giving away a year's pay for one look under Dolly Parton's outfit.
I have certain guidelines on this, but I would give about a year's pay to peek under there.
For 30 years, Johnny Carson was the most powerful man in comedy, and he almost never raised his voice to prove it. Here are 9 times Johnny Carson broke a celebrity without breaking a sweat. April 1965. Ed Ames, then starring as a Cherokee on Daniel Boone, comes on to demonstrate how to throw a tomahawk. Carson sets up the wooden target, a cowboy outline, and hands it over. Ames explains his technique with total confidence.
What is the trick on it? You throw underhanded?
No.
Overhanded.
It's an overhand throw. The trick is to keep your arm extended, and that way you break the...
He talks through the mechanics of the throw, the picture of a man completely sure of himself.
You keep your arm extended and put only one revolution on the... once around on the way.
Then Ames throws, and the tomahawk lands in the most unfortunate possible spot on the cowboy, handle pointing straight up. The audience erupts into what became known as the longest laugh in television history. Ames moves to pull the tomahawk out. Carson quietly grabs his arm and holds him back, letting the image sit there, milking it. Ames, trying to recover, offers Carson a chance to throw one himself, and Carson looks at the tomahawk, then at the target, and declines with a single dry line. And when the laughter finally starts to fade, he lands the toppers that keep it going without ever raising his voice.
I didn't even know you were Jewish.
Ames is helpless, embarrassed and laughing, completely at Carson's mercy, and all Carson did was hold an arm back and say a few dry words. That is the whole show, right there. 1976, Don Rickles, guest hosting the show the night before, broke Carson's beloved cigarette box, a fixture on his desk for 9 years. The next night, Carson picks up the broken box on air, and instead of just complaining, he does something nobody expected. He marches a camera crew off his own stage.
What the hell happened to this? You know how long I've had this cigarette box on this desk?
You brought that up from New York City?
I brought this from New York. What on earth?
It happened last night.
Who?
Don Rickles.
I did not see the
Don
show
Rickles
last
did it last night.
He decides, on the spot, to go confront the culprit in person, and asks his crew to follow him next door.
He's taping across the hall. CPO Shark.
Can I get over there? Can I get over there?
Rickles is taping his own sitcom on the set next door. Carson barges straight in, stops the entire production, and confronts the king of insult comedy on his own stage.
Taping. Stop the taping. Somebody broke my cigarette box.
Rickles, the man who built a career on rattling other people, is suddenly the one doubled over in nervous, sweaty laughter, trying to apologize.
Show, I picked my box up off my desk that I've had for 9 years. My box is broken. They told me you broke it.
Rickles is reduced to begging, and Carson just stands there, cool as anything, holding the broken box like a prosecutor.
You big dummy!
No, but I'm sorry about the box. I will come up with something.
Well, I hope so.
But just...
Rickles tries to grovel his way back into Carson's good graces, and Carson won't even let him do that with dignity.
Just keep me on your show. You mean so much to me. Can I...
No, please. No. Don't humble yourself.
Please, I want to be with you so bad.
Don't humble you.
Finally, cornered, Rickles resorts to the only defense he has left, insisting to his own studio audience that he's the famous one.
Johnny Carson, they know who I am. Okay, well, wait a minute. Why do you always do that? Johnny Carson, they know who I am. Don Rickles.
The one man in Hollywood nobody could fluster, completely flustered, because Carson calmly walked onto his set and refused to play along. 1977. Dolly Parton is on the couch, and the conversation turns, as it often did, to her famous figure. Carson fishes for the right word, and Dolly plays along good-naturedly.
Have you always been rather zoftic? What would they call that where you grew up in Tennessee?
Dolly handles it with total grace, mentioning that people always ask if she's real.
Well, yeah,
you were young,
I've
I
always
mean.
been pretty well blessed. People are always asking if they're real.
Carson, ever the gentleman, insists he would never ask such a thing.
Oh, I would
This and
never.
that.
I would
I don't
never, you see.
No, you don't have to ask.
I would not.
I tell you what, these are mine.
I have certain guidelines on this.
And then, having established what a gentleman he is, he delivers the line that leveled her, completely deadpan.
But I would give about a year's pay to peek under there.
Dolly dissolves, covering her face, gone. One sentence, perfectly timed. And the most charming woman in country music couldn't get a word out. Effortless, October 1987. Myrtle Young, a potato chip inspector from Indiana, brings her collection of chips shaped like famous things. It's gentle, sweet, and completely disarming. She opens by describing her prized finds, and Carson plays it straight from the first second.
Dear, now, what are some of your prize ones on this,
Well, I have a pair of dirty sweat socks
potato chips, folks, if you just joined us.
She shows off her prize specimens, including one that looks like an animal.
This is a calf, but he doesn't have any eyes. But,
But that does look like the
the
head of a
shape
calf.
of a cow or a calf.
Right.
Carson admires the chips as she describes them, playing the perfectly sincere straight man.
A camel.
Laying down. A camel.
Well, that sure is. There's no doubt about that.
And the pear is rather perfect.
Then, while Myrtle is turned away talking to Ed McMahon, Carson quietly reaches under the desk, where a bowl of ordinary chips is hidden, and sets up the prank with pure magician's misdirection. And then he crunches loudly.
No. No, I didn't.
Myrtle's heart stops. She thinks he's just eaten one of her prized, irreplaceable specimens, and Carson, straight-faced, lets her panic for a beat before explaining.
Myrtle thought I was eating her collection. No, they had a bowl back here of just regular chips, and I had one of those. I wasn't picking up your...
Then he twists the knife gently, pointing out exactly how badly he got her.
You really had a start there, didn't you?
I heard that
You heard that crunch and you thought I was...
Right.
I was eating her act. Okay. Okay, wait.
TV Guide later named it the single funniest moment in television history. And Carson pulled it off without saying a word, just a hidden bowl and one loud crunch. 1978. Dean Martin ambles out, playing his famous boozy persona to the hilt, drink in hand as always. Carson immediately starts poking at how rarely Dean actually shows up to work.
Well, I mean, you've been here 15.
16.
One show, 16. I've had one show, 16 years. Everybody I know had 6, 7, 8 shows.
Dean, deadpan, admits the two of them simply don't work very hard.
We just don't show up that often.
No.
When did you...
Dean insists the drink is just a prop, that it's really apple juice. So Carson, deadpan, decides to test that claim by simply reaching over and taking a sip.
That's good.
I'm
Good.
not a
Good,
drunk.
good apple juice.
Huh?
That's good apple juice.
I drink moderately.
Yeah.
In fact, I got a case of it.
Dean keeps trying to land his own jokes, and Carson keeps quietly topping him, like the bit about avoiding the Beverly Hills party scene.
You're going to stay with us a while.
Well, it all
Dean?
depends on if it's a mini pause or just a pause.
Carson gently ribs him about never showing up, and Dean explains, deadpan, why he missed the show the night before.
We're 12 hours with nothing, huh?
Well, I just got in my car and I cruised the bus stops. That's all. But I wasn't even...
Carson needles him about his celebrity roasts running low on famous guests, and Dean fires back at his own material.
I watched your roast all season. You're running out of people. I mean, that last one you had Dean Martin roast Alan Ludden's cousin. Don't you think that was?
Yeah, we are running out.
Then, Dean casually throws his own best friend under the bus, admitting why he skipped a Sinatra concert to watch Carson instead.
I've heard him sing, and he's not that good, you know.
It's a living.
So I said I might as well go see if Johnny's monologue's any better. That's all.
Carson asks why he never sees Dean out socially, and Dean explains his television habits with total seriousness.
Where do you go?
Well, I got 3 buttons on my car.
Yeah? What are they?
One is Riviera Country
Riviera
Club,
for the golf.
NBC,
NBC.
and home.
Carson tries to ask a real question, and Dean, deadpan, keeps flipping the interview around on him.
To ask me all the questions, can't you ask him
Why don't
something?
you ask me? Ask me something.
Oh, yeah.
Carson brings up Dean's early days as a casino blackjack dealer, and Dean owns the reputation with a shrug.
Used to be a blackjack dealer, didn't you?
Yeah.
Were you good at it?
Well, I wasn't bad at it. Made good money,
Yeah.
stole a lot.
At one point, Dean, running out of his own material, tries the oldest deflection in the book, and Carson barely reacts.
Question.
Sure.
Did it get cold in here?
No. Oh, you did.
Two legends trading dry lines, and Carson keeps just enough control to make Dean the one who cracks first. 1974. Burt Reynolds, one of Carson's favorite sparring partners, comes out and the whole thing immediately descends into a shaving cream fight. When the chaos finally settles, both men are covered head to toe, and Burt tries to reclaim some dignity.
Nice to come out and be on such a dignified show.
This is kind of reminds me of,
Burt looks down at himself, caked in shaving cream, and delivers his own assessment.
I just looked at myself. That's the worst skin condition I've ever seen in my life.
Carson, barely marked, plays the innocent, needling Burt about starting the whole thing while keeping a perfectly straight face.
Well, you certainly arrived on a wonderful night.
Yes, it was. It was a good night.
Knowing your sense of humor, I didn't know what you were gonna do when you walked out. I didn't know it was.
Burt tries to freshen up, wiping cream off his face, and jokes about how far the show has fallen.
Just freshen up there a little
Kind
bit.
of like
and-
high school.
Isn't this ridiculous?
Yes, it was. It was
Absolutely madness.
terribly entertaining.
Then, describing his new film, The Longest Yard, Burt admits he's playing a coward, and Carson lets him roast himself.
He's never been hurt for 8 years, and the reason is because I'm a coward, and I run out of bounds. I get.
He describes the real football players in the cast, including one who took the fake game a little too seriously.
Ray was on the guards team.
Right.
Yeah, he thought that we were playing in the Super Bowl. Tried to destroy me.
Did he hurt your
Tried
little
to
body?
crush my
Did he?
The movie star ends up as the mess, and Carson ends up as the guy calmly cleaning his glasses. Every time, Burt is the one who breaks first. 1988. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the most physically imposing man in Hollywood, sits down. And Carson asks an innocent-sounding question about why he took up bodybuilding as a kid. Carson floats the usual explanation, expecting a simple answer.
Thank you. I want to ask you one thing about when you took up, I know you took up bodybuilding when you were very young. Did you do it because, like a lot of the ads say, 97-pound weakling, or?
Carson finishes the setup, wondering aloud if Arnold was just a small or underweight kid, and Arnold decides to answer honestly.
A lot of people do because they're small of stature or they are underweight.
No, actually, what happened was I saw.
Arnold explains that no, it wasn't about being weak, and starts describing a moment in front of a mirror.
A 6-foot mirror when I was 15 years old, and I looked in a
Then he walks straight into the joke, describing what he saw, and Carson lets him keep going without a word.
mirror. I was standing there in front of the mirror, totally naked. And there was one particular part of my body that was bigger than the rest of it.
The audience roars, and Arnold, delighted with himself, lands his own punchline while Carson sits back and lets him.
I'm a man of perfection.
Yeah?
And so I said to myself, I got to bring the rest of the body up to the standard of this one part. And so
Carson didn't even need a line for this one. He asked a simple question with a straight face and let the biggest star in the world do the rest. 1986. Betty White comes out and immediately puts Carson on the defensive, reminding him of all the risque jokes he used to make about her and her husband Alan Ludden. First, she reminds him of their history doing sketches together.
Johnny gets the end to take his clothes off. He calls me, and we either do the first lady and
Then she brings up the jokes, and Carson admits it, sheepishly.
not expect this lovely, competent interviewer. And
No,
she
they
was
weren't
just wonderful.
ugly things. They were just amusing the jests.
The kind of things you used to say about Alan and me.
Carson owns up to the jokes, and then can't resist repeating the most notorious one, deadpan.
Having a wife-swapping party and nobody would come.
I
love
Betty fires back that he worked the material over pretty good, and Carson, caught, just keeps digging.
It's over pretty good.
I may have said something like that.
We
but,
used to shower together just so we could play password in the shower.
I did.
Betty admits the jokes only stopped once he got sincere, which she hated.
You got so tickled, then you stopped.
Yeah.
You got honest, and that was no fun at all.
Then, Betty mentions she's never around on Saturdays, and Carson lands the sneaky topper that breaks her completely.
Well, Saturday night, I'm not down here Saturday.
Oh, honey, that doesn't say much for your social life. You poor thing.
That's true.
Even trading barbs with one of the fastest wits in television. Carson gets the last quiet word every single time. Later, describing her Golden Girls castmate Estelle Getty, Betty tells a story about secretly measuring her height, and Carson delights in the cattiness.
I was on here one night with Mary Lou Retton, and she said she was 4'9", and I thought, aha, I finally know how tall Estelle is, because I kind of measured up.
Then Betty catches him in an old memory, and the two of them finally admit the thing they danced around for decades.
On me.
What?
Once you hit on me.
Did I hit on you?
You hit on me once.
I'd always thought about hitting on you.
Yeah, but...
Two old friends, still needling each other after 30 years, and Carson still landing the dryer line. He even ribs her about the other Golden Girls, and Betty gleans right into the cattiness about B. Arthur.
9.5 feet tall, and has a voice deeper than Ed's.
Yeah.
And is an absolute bowl of Jell-O before she goes on every Friday night.
30 years of friendship, and the two of them still trying to get the last word, with Carson quietly winning. Back to that same potato chip night, because it's too good not to sit in a little longer. What makes it the effortless masterpiece it is how patient Carson is. He plays the perfect straight man to Myrtle for minutes, admiring every chip with total sincerity.
Hold it, that's it. Look at that, we get a shot at it. There's Rodney Dangerfield. Okay.
I have Snoopy.
Snoopy.
Yes, I have a lot of...
He lulls her and the whole audience into complete comfort, treating a bowl of potato chips like priceless art. She shows off a dinosaur chip, and Carson plays along with total gravity.
But you see, one of his legs broke off.
Well, that can happen. Now, these won't last forever, will they?
No, but
I mean,
the
being
museum
vegetable.
will. I have to be so careful. A dinosaur.
Yeah.
And only then, when everyone has forgotten to watch his hands, does he strike. After the prank, he even keeps setting her up, straight-faced, asking about her retirement.
I only have a year or two yet to work, and then I'll retire, but I don't think I can stop seeing little objects, I think.
And he closes the whole thing out with a warm, dry button, tying her chip habit back to Ed McMahon. He even bows her out with the same gentle courtesy he brought to the entire segment, never once dropping the straight face.
I'll always see them.
Well.
I'll probably collect them.
A couple of belts at night, we'll keep that going. You know, it's worked for Ed for years. Anyway, Myrtle, thank you for being with us. You're a charming lady. Thank you for coming.
That was the genius. Endless patience, total stillness, and then one small move that brings the whole house down.